Hi Libra, and welcome to your Map of Destiny tarot reading. This tarot reading is timeless, so when you are watching this is probably when the messages of this reading are most relevant to you in your life. So Libra, the decks that I'm using and the meaning of them in this reading are listed in the description if you are interested in that information. Now, you will see that I have listed Libra as the regulator of the zodiac. And what I mean by that is Libra is an energy of balance, fairness, and justice, and karma. So the way that works is the way people experience Libra, it's like 50-50, okay? And on one level, you could be the karma for the good, but on another level, you could be the karma for the bad. And I don't mean like you're a bad person, but perhaps it's a romantic partner who has been, you know, just a crappy partner to other relationships prior to you, okay? And then they get with you, and then they really fall in love with you, Libra, but at the slightest hint of betrayal or dishonesty, a Libra has the ability to cut that off, to cut them out, to walk away, to step back, because Libra is more about the intellect, the fairness of right and wrong. So each Libra has their own compass within their soul of right and wrong, and you're the balance, okay? So if somebody's doing you wrong, it's easy for you to cut them off. Doesn't mean you don't love them and it doesn't hurt like hell, but a Libra has the ability to end that. And so for the person you're dealing with, that would feel like bad karma to them, because here they're very in love with you, but you're not going to put up with their shit. And the reason why this is happening and you're not going to put up with their shit is their own karma from their own past. So you're the regulator, okay? For others, because of the energy of Libra and who you are, when you fall in love and they fall in love with you, you are a partner that can be trusted and can be counted on, as well as a friend. Now, just like every sign, there's high-functioning Libras and there's low-functioning Libras. Personally, one of the most amazing, wise, grown souls I have ever met in my life was a 21-year-old Libra female. She had a master's degree in accounting. Her position within the company she was working for was a director of accounting. She owned her own house in the city. She came from money, but guess what? You would never even know that. Like, everything she has, she worked for herself. Not that it wouldn't just be handed to her, but just who she is. She worked for that herself. Like, the balance in life, I've got to put out in life in order to receive, is just like a natural knowing of her soul. And she is so honest with herself and with everybody else. She's really inspired me, to be honest. She is the youngest person that I have ever met that is just that spectacular and amazing. So any of you who are cross-watching and have negative feelings for Libras, please keep those comments to yourself. You know, there's high-functioning and low-functioning. And I've personally encountered a few low-functioning Libras in my lifetime, okay? But high-functioning Libras are amazing people, and every sign has low-functioning and high-functioning. So Libra, you guys are the regulators. You move in balance and fairness. You're extremely true to yourself. Like, you probably are more true to yourself than any other sign. And, you know, that might give you a bad rap sometimes, and people say you're cold, disconnected, or selfish. And the truth is, you are the scales of justice and balance within. If it's going too much like this, Libra can't deal with that. You're not meant to deal with that. You're meant for balance, for fairness. And, you know, justice is blind. Emotions are not involved with justice. So sometimes that gives you a bad rap, but you're not a bad person. You really are like the, how do I explain this? I don't want to say the police officers of the universe, but there's definitely an element of that. Your energy in general, just you can give somebody the best experience of their life or the worst experience of their life, and it's not even a conscious act on your behalf. It's based upon their own energy, and then your energy as the regulator, it just is how energy works. So Libra, let's pull 2 cards to see what the primary forces are from the non-physical realm that you are working with this lifetime. Marco. Master Marco represents the highest galactic confederation of our solar system, the capital of which is on Saturn. He liaises with Commander Ashtar of the Intergalactic Fleet to bring us wisdom and knowledge held by the stellar cultures. He also assists Hilarion on the 5th ray of technology, science, and knowledge to enable people to expand their higher mental abilities and develop spiritual technology for the future. Your guidance is to open your mind to communications and connections from other star systems and universes, and ask Marco to assist and protect you. So, I'm not surprised to see this for you, Libra. Again, this goes into the energy of you, of what you're working with this lifetime, that fairness, that balance, that wisdom of, you know, justice is blind. It's not about emotional connection. It's about the deeper knowing of your soul of what is right and what's wrong, and that directing you. And with Marco being an energy that you're working with, just like it says, this is expanding your consciousness beyond the earth realm, beyond just connecting with the higher realms, angels, etc. This is connecting with other soul groups, other frequencies of energy this lifetime. So very interesting, Libra. Aha! And you got Commander Ashtar next, and here it's talking about Commander Ashtar in your card here. Commander Ashtar is in charge of the Intergalactic Fleet, spaceships that portal and protect this universe. His mothership enters through Machu Picchu, the two-way interdimensional portal that he oversees. Commander Ashtar is connecting with you through this card and inviting you to view the planets, stars, and galaxies with cosmic eyes. Breathe in the subtle energy and wisdom of the stellar world and allow it to affect your chakra system and ignite your consciousness. You are blessed for this card of expanded enlightenment and call to intergalactic service. Yeah, like I said, you guys are, like, I don't know how else to say besides like the police of the universe, but it's not as though you're seeking the bad out to punish them. No, where there is imbalance of energy, you coming in, your presence just naturally regulates that energy, if that makes sense to you. And you work with many different soul groups. Some of you are conscious of this, others of you are not, but this is the soul energy, the non-physical we're talking about here. So, Libra, let's pull a court card to see where you are at with this energy. Are you a beginner? Are you intermediate? Or are you a master of these two energies here that you're working with this lifetime? We have the Adept of Crystals. So this is a bit of an interesting energy, but again, working with other soul groups to pull down into the earth plane, I'm not surprised to see this. So with these court cards, there's a progression of 3 or 4, okay, just depending. So you are intermediate with the earth energy. So what this is saying about you as a soul is This lifetime, you come in under sun sign Libra. You are a master of that Libran energy. However, you are also working with earth energy this lifetime, but you're only intermediate in becoming the master of the element of earth, all right? If that makes sense to you. So, many of you could be a rising earth sign, moon sign, or you have a lot of earth in your chart because you're working with that energy just as strongly as you're working with your Libran energy, but you are the master of the Libran energy, but not of the earth energy overall in general. So you could also really connect with other earth signs. So the progression of this card starts out Seeker, Adept, Sage, and then Master. And the Sage and the Master can both represent being a master of the element. It could be working with the divine feminine aspect of this, of the energy as a master, or the masculine aspect of the energy as a master. So Libra, you are intermediate with the element of earth energy. So let's pull some more cards to see what exactly does that mean for you, combined with this energy here. So I'm going to pull a Flames card to look at the cycle of your soul, where you are at in the current cycle of your soul. And I look at it from 1 to 10. It's not about 10 lives or 10,000 years. Time is only relevant in the earth plane. It's about where you're at in this journey of your soul, this current journey of your soul, that this life here that we're talking about pertains to. Your current life. We have these 7 of Flames. So Libra, you are the only one so far to receive the 7 of Flames card, speaking about where you are in this journey of your soul. So as a 7, there's 3 more flames to complete this soul cycle. And to me, 3 more flames is representing 3 main soul lessons that you are gaining through this lifetime and lifetimes to come. So you're nearing the end. You are on the other side of a soul cycle. So you are definitely wise, okay? But you're still not the master. You're intermediate, working towards the master of this energy of earth, okay? And you're almost there. I would say, once you start getting into an 8 or 9 of Flames, you are the master of that energy, and now you're really going to show that mastery through the lifetimes that follow. But you guys are just, on the verge of that. So there's a bit more left in the cycle of your soul, a bit more lifetimes left. So let's pull a crystals card to see what your material path is for this lifetime. We have the 9 of crystals. So Libra, you guys are meant to have material comfort and abundance. And working with this non-physical energy, I'm not surprised because, being in the earth realm, there are things that you have to contend to. Being a human being, you have to eat, you have to have shelter, there's just things that you need to survive. And with this card, it's saying that you're meant to have what you need to survive and to be comfortable. And for some of you, this is a great abundance of that, but mainly with the energy of this card is that you guys are going to work for your money, for the fortune, for the abundance that you have. You will work for it, and many of you are going to be successful. Now, for others of you, as you see these crystals sit in this treasure chest, for some of you, at some point in your life, there may be a lump sum of money that just shows up. It could be an inheritance. It could be maybe a really large bonus at work. It could be some sort of financial investment. It could just be a lump sum of money out of nowhere. There's 100 different reasons a large sum of money could show up in somebody's life. But for some of you, it absolutely means that this is a very independent kind of energy card. So it's like Libra is going to be very independent, and the female Libra, as an example that I gave you at the beginning of this reading, like I would say this card would depict her energy 100%. Okay, a high functioning Libra that's focused, you know, you're gonna move forward, because being an air element, you are very intellectual. You're connected into the non-physical. You get a lot of information from that realm, which for many people makes you appear to be intelligent beyond just like book wisdom, because a lot of you are book wise, book knowledge, just whatever you are experienced in life, you're very wise with it, all right? But this here is, you know, there's this element to you that is just beyond, okay? It's because you are air. And in that, you're very independent, and you know how to provide for yourself. You know how to make money for yourself. And if you don't have a lot of money, for some of you, it could be, well, I just don't, I know how to, but I don't want to, you know, things like that. But you are meant to have a comfortable material life. You're meant to have abundance. Some of you that can mean a lot. Some of you it can mean your needs are met and you're not hungry. I mean, that's a great thing. Not everybody has that. So let's look at your relationships, your emotional connections this lifetime. This includes your family, your close friends, and your romantic partnerships. We have the Five of Chalices. I know Leo got this. Hold on, let me see. I wrote down the... Yeah, Aries and Leo both received this as their emotional connection energy this lifetime. What this tells me, Libra, is you guys are going to be dealing with a lot of non-soulmate energy this lifetime. So there's going to be a lot of relationships kind of in and out of your life, friendship and maybe romantic. And again, the reason is you are that regulator energy. You agree at a soul level to balance certain karmas, to be a part of that, whether that person's karma directly involves you or not. Like you, that's the essence of your soul. And you are either consciously aware of it or you're not, but that's just the case. And I'd like to point out, she is in a white dress with this headdress on, and look, here she is now sitting in this white dress with the headdress. So she's still abundant. She still has everything, but you may experience a challenge in romantic relationships or in friendships, family, something like that. And the reason for that is because a lot of relationships are just going to kind of crumble and fall away. And the reason why is because they're not your soulmate connections, okay? They're newer energy. You're here to regulate. And that's why they come in and out of your life. And you probably teach them more than they have ever taught you. Now, in saying that, you have 2 cups here. So this means there are going to be 2 very strong soulmate connections in your life that carry you through. Now, this could be a connection you have with like a family member, brother, sister, cousin, something like that, mother, father, maybe, grandpa, grandma, or this is like friends, really close friends, or maybe even a mentor, where it's just a strong, solid relationship that you can always count on through and through. Now, when we're talking about romance, what this tells me is there will be 2 very significant relationships in your life, Libra, on a romantic level. It may be that you really believe that you are in love with 2 people strongly. Now, that's not to say that you don't have love and desire and lust for other people, but there's only going to be 2 on a romantic level that you consider extremely significant in your life. And also with the 2 of Cups here, out of those 2 relationships, one of them is that twin flame energy where it is above the other. The connection is different and stronger, and it's not going to fall away, okay? So you will have 2 very significant love connections, but you do have this twin flame love you are meant to experience. And all these other relationships that just kind of fall away and fade away, do not mourn them. They are not meant to walk with you. I feel like Libras, you may be friends with a lot of people, but there's only a couple very significant close ties in your life where you consider those people your people. Even if other people consider you their people, you might not consider them your people, okay? It is said that Libra is the one sign of the zodiac that can live alone and live a solitary life and be just fine with that. I don't know how true that is or not, but I have been told that. I am a rising Libra, and I can say I'm pretty okay being independent and on my own. I really am, so, but I'm also a Pisces sun, so maybe that has something to do with that. I don't know. But anyways, Libra, let's look at an Orbs card to see what past life karma comes into play this life. And I'm not talking about what you did in a past life to bring this karma forth. It's just how it's affecting this life. And it could be for the good or the bad. So you guys have the Seven of Orbs. You are the only sign that has received this. I only have one more reading to do after you guys. And so we have 2 sevens here in your reading. So Libra, 7 is a very significant angel number for you guys, and I would highly recommend you looking that up on the internet and seeing what messages you find about the number 7. Or number 77, since, you know, 7 or 77. With this, I guess I'm not surprised. This is a 7 of Orbs. So this is kind of about betrayal and deceit and deception and risky behavior. What this tells me is just a reiteration of what I've already said here. You are the regulator of energy. So for some of you, you may have to encounter some relationships that maybe aren't the best to you, and based on where this card sits in the placement of your reading, it's a balancing of energy from past life. Perhaps this life, Libra, you are walking a very straight and narrow path of honesty, okay? And in order to do that, you have to have experiences with others who are extremely dishonest in order to see the difference between the energy, because you can't see something that you've never experienced before. Like, it's not part of your energy field. It's just not there, and you don't see it. So some of you may encounter, and that's, you know, it pairs really well with this 5 of Cups for emotional connection and energy. Some of you may encounter relationships that are just crap, and that might be why you feel like being alone, but there is a true love for you, and there comes a point in your life, Libra, where nobody can deceive you, period, and story, because you have this high connection, and you can pull spiritual energy down into the earth plane so that those who come into your life are also on that level of honesty, walking that path where you can trust them, they can trust you. But earlier on in life, you may not always be the most honest person, and you might not deal with the most honest people, but you are honest. It's the essence of your soul, and don't let any other experience you have change who you are. And, you know, because the energy will balance out throughout your lifetime. Just be wary of that. If you feel like somebody is taking advantage of you, they probably are. And again, you're the regulator. You have that gift of goodbye. If somebody is not doing right by you, you have to let them go. You have to cut them off, okay? For your own good, for your own protection, you know, because we have the choice of who we interact with. And with being a Libra, it's easier for you than other signs to go with the logic and intelligence of your mind, of the higher realms, on what you should do, opposed to letting your emotions dictate that for you. Not that you don't feel those emotions, but they don't drive you in your decisions and trigger you as deeply as other signs. So let's look at your soul lessons for this lifetime. And, you know, some of you might even choose career over love for a portion of your life because you're just so done with dealing with stupid, flaky people that just aren't honest. You might choose career and money over love for a portion of your life. Definitely can see that, because being the Adept of Crystals and then the Nine of Crystals being your material path. The Great Wheel. Very nice. So let's see what comes after that. Strength. Yeah, I'm not surprised with these two cards here. And then we have the Star. I love it. Virgo is the only other sign that received the Star. So we have the Great Will and the Star plus Strength. Libra, with the Great Will, you are meant to have a lot of fortune and luck this lifetime, okay? You are. And any challenge, I feel, really comes out of relationship. I don't feel like the Libra I'm reading for, that your challenge really lies in like being financially lackful and things like that. I feel like your career and your finances, there's a lot. Some of you could be financially struggling because you're living beyond your means, but it's like you have a lot of money coming in. The Libra I'm reading for, you guys, it's your challenge really seems to come from your relationships, whether it's with friends, family, or romantic, okay? But with the Star here and Strength, it's building you within, okay? It's making you much stronger as a soul. It's stretching you and expanding you. And there is healing here with the Star, okay? All wounds will be healed and soothed, and you will be restored to wholeness, regardless of what you have been through and encountered. Also, with the Star and the Great Will, I'm sorry, Libra, many of you, it's like you are really living a very destined path this lifetime. Like, everybody has free will, but it's like the blueprints of your journey this lifetime are very solid, very solid. You're really trying to achieve something here this lifetime. You have the Great Will and the Star. It's like it's going to happen, and you're going to achieve a lot of great inner strength as well. Like, just wow. And with the Star, this might mean, and the Great Will, some of you can be very fortunate in your life. There's going to be very fortunate experiences that unfold for you. Some of you could be famous in a way, or just very well known. Like, maybe you have a really popular blog channel or something like that. But some of you are going to be very, very well known, very popular, famous even. With the Great Will, yeah, Libra, you are destined for a lot of fortune and money and nice experiences in the physical, in the earth. Like, you're going to be very blessed with like earthly pleasures. It's relationships that challenge you, but they're here to challenge you, to grow you. You know, we have this Strength. It's like to rip you open inside so this tiger can be released, this fire energy that is your soul, okay? I hope that speaks to you and you can understand the depth in which I'm talking. And even, I know nobody wants to hear like that you have these challenged relationships this life, but you have some very solid connections as well, Libra, and you definitely have twin flame love that you will experience this lifetime, okay? And with Great Will and the Star, it's just like there's going to be moments where you're like, I just know this was meant to be. Like, that is that energy, the Star and the Wheel of Fortune. This is meant to be. You will feel that many times throughout your life. This was meant to be. Just remember that, Libra. In those hard times, the good times come. Surely this too shall pass, and all things that you're experiencing are meant to be. And as you go through life, you'll see how they all connect and build on each other and lead you to these other just magical experiences. And I think that even came through somewhat in your 2018 forecast. So anyways, let's look at the predominant experiences you will have this lifetime. The crone, yes. With this card, Virgo got this as well. What you see when in this card is a young girl off in the distance, and then we see her all grown up here as the crone. And the crone is being extremely wise and intelligent and just knowing how life works. And that's the journey you're on, Libra. You're really learning that balance of, you know, the non-physical realm, and manifesting your ideas and thoughts into the physical realm. Wow. And then we have the maiden. So even though you are this wise being, you are also, your energy, your essence is very youthful. It attracts the young. You are spontaneous. You are like fresh. You're new. Your energy is of that of like springtime. Okay. It's very nice. So also with this, I see an awakening where you go through these experiences in life and it brings you all this wisdom, and like all the pieces finally fall into place and you understand, and there's this renewal, this new beginning of you, like a second renewal at some point in your life. Oh yeah. And especially this here, this Four of Air. If you see it just as depicted, this Fool is extremely intelligent, okay? And here's this clock on his chest. I want to show you this, man. Libra, your life is so fated this go round. And you know, being connected to these higher energies, it's like, I don't want to call you a starseed or indigo. It's not that. Your energy is like higher than that. You guys, it's different, like higher dimensional energy, your soul energy. And your mission and purpose here is so different than many others, okay? I wouldn't say you guys are not pulling down new energies to change the earth realm, the earth game. You guys are the regulators of this game. You guys have a lot of authority and a lot of power, okay? And whether you are aware of that or not, and it's just reiterated in these cards, okay? Look at how these three go together so well, okay? And the clock here, all things in divine time. Your life is very fated, okay? Very fated. Reiterated twice. But you are the master of your craft. Whatever you learn in this life, you become the master of it. You are extremely intelligent, extremely wise. You are innovative. You think of things, you know, beyond this space and time. You have perceptions of reality and how things should be that nobody else has. And it comes from this higher level of connection, okay? You have authority and power in this lifetime. You could literally, you could be like a police officer or a scientist or a doctor, you know, an investigator, somebody just really intelligent. And you work with the higher realms. You have an intuition and just a deeper sense, a deeper knowing. And also with this, you're just honest. Okay, you see the unseen, you see all the components of how life works. You get there eventually, and your soul and who you are within is so strong and so wise. Oh, wow. Wow, Libra. Let's take a look specifically at your twin flame connection and how that plays out in your life this lifetime. And you know, honestly, with the maiden here, for some of you, because you've had a lot of craptastic relationships, when this twin flame and you finally meet or reconnect, it brings you back to life. And then in that, you realize how wise and strong you've grown through the challenging relationships and then potential solitary time that you've had without any romance going on, okay? That's definitely a message here. We have retreat, honeymoon, and make the effort. So with retreat coming out first, some of you might meet this twin flame and then you guys disconnect, but you definitely come back together at some point. And when you do, it's like you guys are in the honeymoon phase for a very long time. But with make the effort, Libra, this might be where you need to reach out or extend a bit more energy, or if somebody returns to you and maybe you guys did have quite a bit of challenge in your past, you've got to make the effort to overcome that. If you truly feel that soul connection with them and you know that they're the one, you need to make the effort to move past your hurt feelings, any emotional traumas that you experienced with them prior or in the relationships prior to your union with your twin flame, okay? But also, when you come together to be with this twin flame, you guys are going to be very wrapped up in each other initially, and like I said, just this beautiful honeymoon phase, and it's going to feel like a fortunate event because Libra, you have fortunate events fated in your life this life. Even if you feel like you've been unlucky at times, you definitely have fated blessings here. So let's take a look at some of these blessings that you are destined to have. My goodness, you got the Great Wheel and the Star. Whatever you pursue in life, though, man, you are just going to be so good at it, so wise. The master, whatever it is you learn, no matter what profession it is, hobby, talent, whatever, you are just going to be like the fire, pure fire, as you, like, master that. The Magician in the Mirror. This is a blessing, yeah. You are gonna manifest some things for yourself that are great. Like, you're gonna really have a comfortable life, some of you. Wow. Second chakra. I'm gonna say a lot of you are gonna have like some good hanky-panky in your relationships, and then with your twin flame, absolutely, like, for sure, you're gonna have a lot of sensuality and passion and connection at that sacral chakra, okay? Also with this, many of you are very creative, very passionate, very driven with creativity and manifestational power with this Magician paired up with this second chakra, okay? Also, for some of you out there with this second chakra, you could be an extremely intelligent Libra, or a Libra that has just a lot of sexual energy, sexual appeal about you in general, and you may attract a lot of people because of that energy about you, and that might have to do with why, you know, you have these challenging relationships, because a lot of people are attracted to you for the chemistry and the hot and heaviness of it, maybe not so much looking for an emotional connection, okay? And then we have the first chakra. Okay, yeah, I'm not surprised to see this because, like I've been saying throughout this entire reading, the Libra I'm reading for, you are meant to have an abundant material, comfortable life. And that comes through once again in this first chakra. This is all about stability in the physical realm. And you have the Adept crystals, yeah. And many of you are willing to work hard to achieve what it is that you want to achieve in, you know, the financial world, in your career. Like, you guys are driven to make money, and some of you might say, to hell with relationships. It's all about the Benjamins for me for the rest of my life, because you experienced that challenge. But I'm sorry to say, Libra, there is a twin flame for you. So it's not just going to be you and Benjamin, okay? It's going to be you and your twin flame, and then Benjamins on the side. So let's see what magical energy you have this lifetime. What is your most magical energy? We have the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Water. This, I'm actually kind of blown away, Libra, that this came out. But I think this came out for you guys to say, Libra, there is this beautiful, beautiful twin flame love connection that is meant for you this lifetime. And when you get to that phase in your life where it's written in your journey, it will be a love like you have never ever known or had, okay? The way that you guys will just fuse together in this love connection. It's like a once in a lifetime. There will only be, there will be 2 significant relationships, but only one of them is just like the fire, okay? It's just like top notch, number 1. Also, your love, Libra, is the fire to other people. You have very special energy, as paired with this sacral chakra. A lot of people are attracted to you, okay? It's your vibe. And if they're not, it's because you are putting a ball of protection around you to repel people. Because what I see here is you are meant to draw people in and people to love you. That's your magic energy. So Libra, that is your Map of Destiny reading. I hope that you have enjoyed this, and I am wishing you all the best. Take care.